Okay, so our next topic is communalism. So we have dealt with secularism. So the next thing which we are going to deal is communalism. So it is a paradox. We can say it is a paradox that both secularism and communalism coexist in our society, because secularism in its concept is like embracing all religion or accepting all religion. Whereas when we come to communalism, it means that it is an ideology which states the society is divided into different categories of communities or religious communities, or it can be on the basis of languages, it can be linguistic communities, it can be on the basis of ethnicity. So basically, communalism is an ideology which states that the society is divided into different communities that can be on the basis of, predominantly it can be of religion, it can be of linguistic basis, or it can be of ethnicity. And the interest, these communities, the different communities in the society, they'll be having different interests, and these interests will be varying from one particular community to the other. So they'll be having different interests, and most times these interests will be opposing to each other, or it will be conflictive in nature with regard to one particular community and the other. So basically, this particular antagonism in the sense that the hostility or the hatred that one particular community is having over the other, this antagonism practiced by people of one particular community against the people or the members of other community is what is known as communalism. Okay, so it is what is known as communalism. So when we compare it with secularism, we can say that it is actually a paradox that we can see in our country, both the existence of secularism as well as communalism. If secularism is understood by the members of the communities in its true essence or in its true spirit, then there is less scope for communalism to prevail in our society. So we say that our Indian society is a secular society, or we are having the secularistic principles, but even then it is a paradox that we can see the communal clashes often now and then. Okay, so when we deal with communalism, or when we go deep into issues of communal clashes, we can see that most often communalism is less about clash of religion, and most often it is more about clash of interest of these religious communities. So when we take the basic essence of every religion, we can see that it is the same. That is what we have dealt in the secularism part as well. When we deal with each and every religion, the basic essence of what they are preaching is the same. So there should not be any clash between the religions in the name of religion. So when we go deep into the communal clashes, we can see that communalism is less about religion, and it is more about the clash of interest. That is, many a times this communal clashes will be in the name, or it can be in the name of religion, but most often when we go and when we look deeper into the issue, we can see that the communal clash, it will be less in the name of religion. The more prominent factor will be either to gain power or the authority or the economic resources. So when religion gets diversified in line of the interest for power, authority or economic resources, most often it leads to communal clashes, or what the process we say as communalism. So shortly we can say communalism is less about religion and it is more about interest of the members of the religious community, right? Because religion, after all the religions are preaching the same ideology or the same concept, right? Now, when we say about the process of communalism, we can see that there will be some factors, or there will be some historical factors which actually led to the creation of the ideology for different groups of people. There will be some historical factors which actually led to creation of ideology among the people. And this creation of ideology among the people belonging to different communities actually gave rise to different interest or aspirations among the people. This creation of ideology gave rise to aspirations and interest among the people. And these aspirations and interest were mainly for maximizing the economic resources. It can be for maximizing the economic resources, or it can be for gaining the political power, It can be for gaining the political power, or even it can be for development of one's culture. The aspirations and the interest of the people belonging to the respective communities, they can be for maximizing the economic resources or for getting more economic benefits, or they can be for gaining the political power or the authority, or even their interest will be for gaining or for improving their culture, or it can be for the cultural development of theirs. Now, all these actually leads to conflicts, mainly because this is actually leading to a separate social identity. Okay, because every social group or every community, their interest will be different. So these aspirations, which can be for cultural development or maximizing economic resources or for gaining the political power, it can actually lead to the emergence of different social identities. It can lead to emergence of different social identities, and these social identities can most often tend to be conflictive in nature, or we can say it can be of opposing nature, which can actually lead to conflict and finally to the process of communalism. So this is the process of communalism, or how communalism have evolved over ages. There will be some historical factors which actually contributes to the creation of some particular ideology among a group of people, and this particular ideology will create aspirations or interest among the group of people, and these aspirations and interest can be for cultural development or for maximizing their economic development or for getting political powers or authority. And this actually leads to the emergence of different social identities among different communities, and this can lead to these identities or these interests can be of opposing in nature, or they can be of conflictive in nature, which again lead to the process of communalism. Right. So this is how communalism has evolved over ages.